snowstorms are nothing new, but the way we tackle the cleanup has changed a lot over the years. As WGBH News reporter Stephanie Leydon shows us, from big cities to suburban driveways, technology is playing an increasingly important role in the cleanup.
As he watched the snow fall and keep falling, Jason Danowski pondered an age-old question: how to get rid of it.
We've had a couple people we found off Craigslist for plowing, and they weren't really that reliable.
So he turned to a modern-day solution, a smartphone app. Plows and Mows, the brainchild of a Syracuse, New York-based tech entrepreneur, links snowbound people with nearby plow operators.
So those are jobs that have just come up.
Mike Cedrone of Stoughton is one of the first plow operators to sign up for Plows and Mows Boston operation. It's not that he needs the business. Over the last 24 hours, he says his phone has been ringing nonstop. Another 24 requests came in via the Plows and Mows app.
It's kind of like an overflow for me. Once I get caught up with my stuff, I'll go into the app, check out what's available for driveways. If there's something in a close proximity, then I'll do it.
On a much larger scale, technology is also playing a key role in Boston's massive cleanup operation. A newly revamped software program called SnowCop tracks the location of both snow removal trucks and calls for cleanup. Yesterday's storm put it to the test.
700 trucks pinging momentarily with snow calls coming in. I don't know how many calls ended up on the SnowCop board, but there was a lot of data, and it never stopped working. It was just a huge success.
And with more snow in the forecast, technology is likely to continue to drive the cleanup, especially if it's as easy as hitting a smartphone app.
As long as they do what they say they're going to do, it's a great idea. Takes all the hassle out of it and just makes it simple.
And if you hadn't had this service, what would you have done about that driveway?
Broke my back.
I had the chance to speak with the founder of the Plows and Mows app. He says he was inspired, Adam, by his mother. She was stranded a year or two back with snow all around her, needed a plow. He had trouble finding one and thought, wouldn't it make sense if there were plows in the neighborhood that could come by and plow someone in need out, be paid for it? It's a win-win.
And here we go. I hate to do what sounds like gratuitous product placement on air, but I really, really wish I had known about Plows and Mows earlier today, because the shovel out was, I was going to use a word I can't use on TV. It wasn't fun, and I totally would have used it. What does it cost?
Well, it varies. There's a set price depending on the job. In the plow operator splits at 70-30. The plow operators like it because it's business that just gets fed to them, right? And they get paid. Sometimes they have to go and chase bills, and it's all on credit card, so they get the quick payment. So
I talked to this plow driver in Swampscott yesterday. He was stuck in a bank. He was very mellow, waiting to be pulled out. But he told me, he said, the comparison between today and the blizzard of 78, it is astounding how much of a difference there is, how much more effectively we're able to clean up all this snow. Do you think that if we had had these technologies in 1978, that the cleanup would have been easier? Well, I did ask that question of Boston's DPW director, and he said yes, in a word, that this kind of technology that allows them to track where the trucks are did not exist. We see some shots of the blizzard of 78, Yeah, back in 1978. I mean, worth noting also, as we look at these pictures, Adam, the forecasting technology has also improved tremendously. It's so much more precise, and so we of course know what we're getting. But the technology, once the snow's on the ground, to track where those crews are, to track where the need is, and to send the right piece of equipment to the right spot is huge. All right, sometimes I get curmudgeonly about new technology. Now is not one of those times. Stephanie Leydon, thank you. You're welcome.